Good morning to you guys. It is finally Friday, and we are on patrol. Trooper Steve on patrol today is going to be addressing the Central Florida Express lanes that are up and down the east and westbound lanes of I-4. They stretch from State Road 434 all the way to, roughly around Sand Lake. So, something to consider is the availability of these travel lanes. They are there as long as you have a toll transponder. You can use these. Now the prices have not fluctuated yet, and they are still on their incremental, I think it's like 50 cents. But we are here to talk about the rules of the express lane. So where are we right now? Right now I am facing westbound at the entrance of the express lane from Central Parkway, close towards the Altamont Springs area. So one of the last entrances here that is a non-highway entrance, but one of the only local street entrances is from Central Parkway. That's where that big building next to I-4, everyone calls it the I-4 eyesore. I think it's gorgeous. Is located at, and we are now facing westbound. I think you can kind of see it in my rear camera here. Yeah, in the back there. So that's the entrance to the express from Central Parkway. We're gonna get on here, we're gonna cruise. I'm gonna set my cruise control just so we can really see and estimate what kind of conditions we deal with out here in the express lanes. We've seen from the sheriff's departments, the sheriff's offices that cover this area, what they've been seeing now, and we've also seen the speed limits that the motor units have been pulling over and the troopers have been stopping. So I figured let's show you guys a little bit of exactly what they are seeing. So we're gonna hit the road here. That's the rear cam. We'll switch to the front cam here and go for a little drive. We'll let these cars get by us and hit the express lanes. The express lane speed limit 60 miles an hour. I know that sounds slow to some, but something to keep in mind is these are not excess lanes, they are express lanes. So they're not designed for you to be on the Autobahn or anything crazy like that. So we're gonna get up to speed here, see if this car lets me in. All right, thank you. Moved on over. She's got a cute little dog in the car. All right, so we're gonna set our cruise to 63 miles an hour. We're gonna cruise here. So we're westbound I-4. Now, a little inside information. As a former full-time law enforcement officer, still a law enforcement officer, the speed limits are set, right? But if every cop was to stop every vehicle on the road for speeding, nothing would get done. Traffic would be a mess. So we look for the ones who want to be pulled over, the ones who are screaming, "Hey troop, stop me." And I'm only speaking for myself here, but I always used to look for speeds on highways 15 and over. Why? Well, at 15 and over, there is no real excuse. You know you're speeding. You can't say, I was just passing a car. Look, there ain't no excuse. So that was my number, 15 mile an hour on highways. Now, obvious school zones, construction zones, zero tolerance, and we would hit those pretty hard. But out here, if I'm cruising at 60 miles an hour, someone's at 65, and we're all in this 60 to 70 range, no one's really driving aggressively or in a manner that is deemed unsafe. But when you start flying, cars like this, next that just went by, that Acura, probably 70 to 75, you got to start to think, how obvious am I being, right? So when they made the express lanes, the biggest question I got was, why are the express lanes a different color compared to the main road? Well, Engineering has a big play to that. The road was already here, so they had to add a little bit here and there. But there is no like hard reason. It's just the different material that they use. So they did set the speed limit at 60 miles an hour through the express lanes. I gotta put the AC up a little bit, y'all. It is hot. And the sun is roasting my face. So we're coming up on Lee Road. This is one of the busiest portions of the express lanes because like you saw that Tesla up ahead, a lot of cars will be going so fast that they will have to cut across the lanes because they don't realize, or they do realize, that their exit's coming up, and then they go faster in order to make the exit. If you were in the right travel lane doing the speed limit, you wouldn't have to cut everybody off in order to get off, which is also an illegal lane change. Remember, you have to maintain each one of your lanes. Own it if you're going to switch the lane, right? So coming up on Lee Road here, have the westbound entrance to the express, and you can see that traffic coming in from the right-hand side. Now, when I'm doing this, I have to look too. This guy's on his phone, just texting. This guy right here in this Tundra, texting away on the phone, doesn't even realize the lane's ending, no turning signal. Hashtag winner. Oh, I get so frustrated this thing doesn't have blue lights in it. But you can see no one out here is doing the speed limit, and then people wonder why they're getting pulled over. I'm doing 3 mile an hour over the speed limit at cruise, 63 miles an hour in a posted 60 zone. And the information I get sent to me would make y'all's head hurt. Just I have sources all over Central Florida, but all right. So like this truck here, obviously not doing 60, coming up on my left, well over the speed limit. And these are people headed to work. Got to move over, see the flashing lights, clear the lane, give them some space, and then come back. Any type of flashing lights, you want to make sure you clear. So one of the big questions were, are motorcycles allowed in the express lanes? That's really the main reason we came out to the express lanes, because that was one of the questions presented. And then I figured, hey, we can talk about everything else. Yes, motorcycles are allowed in the express lanes. And something to keep in mind is the same rules apply just as if they were out on the roadway, meaning there is no splitting of lanes. You are to maintain your lane. There are no exceptions for you out here. You're not allowed to do things that other cars, you're not allowed. There are no different rules for you than everybody else. Sorry, guys. Same laws apply. I don't know why or what happens to some people when they get into the express lane. They're just like, oh, I could do whatever I want. This is the Autobahn. And then they get pulled over and are complaining. So, remember, you're in charge. So, what is not allowed out here on the express lanes? So, hopefully we come up on one of the signs. There are a few signs posted that indicate what is and what is not allowed on the express lanes. This car's going a little under, which is fine. You're allowed to do that. And then you just move to the left lane and pass. Obviously, between that Audi and this silver Cadillac in the right travel lane, I don't have enough room to kind of go in. And I can tell that obviously that Cadillac is going slower than I am. So I'm going to maintain here for a second. Nothing wrong with that. I'm technically still passing. So, but that van up ahead shows that, hey, we're good. I'm going to move on over, get back in the right lane. This isn't a race. That's the problem. We get in the car and we expect teleportation. Teleportation ain't going to happen. We got some traffic behind us. You can see those cars back there, all stacked up in that left lane. That's the biggest thing you've got to remember. When you've moved into that left lane, a lot of people are depending on you to complete exactly whatever it is you want to complete. fleet. And if you're not paying attention, you could be messing up a lot of people's day. So moving to the left lane. This vehicle going a little slow. Surprisingly, today there's not a lot of traffic out on the roadways. Ever since post-COVID, something that I've noticed post-COVID, Fridays we have a lot less traffic. And I have no data to back this other than what I have seen every single day post-COVID on our roads. And I have seen an incredible decrease of traffic when it comes to I-4, especially on Fridays. I don't know if we owe that to a lot of people maybe going to work from home on Fridays or 4-day work weeks. I'm not complaining, and neither should you if you've got to travel out here on a Friday. So I'm going to move back into the right travel lane, got some distance here. People are doing pretty good out here. So what is not allowed out here, and I haven't seen the sign, so we're going to address it. If you're pulling a trailer, let me address you. If you are pulling a trailer on your vehicle, any type, heard me? Any type of trailer that is attached to your vehicle, you're not allowed in the express lanes. So, landscape, no. Tractor trailer, no. Pulling anything behind your vehicle, like behind it, not allowed. So, switch back to the front here. And it's not an expensive use if you truly are going to use it for what the purpose of the express lanes are. I use these religiously, and in my mind, $1.50 to kind of get through the whole thing is kind of worth it to me. Because if I'm out in the main lines and I live, example, North Seminole County, and I want to go out towards the mall or Disney or Universal, towards the attractions, let's be real. I want nothing to do with anybody over there. And I'm not talking smack, but it's reality. You've got a trooper doing traffic, so we have issues here. So that's part of why I use it. It's safe. There's positive concrete median barriers here on both sides to protect any of the other vehicles from diving in. And in reality, these are way better than the ones we've got in Miami. South Florida, you're talking just cones that separate that. So, nice little Can-Am in front of me. You know what I noticed out here? The biggest speeders are company vehicles. Whether it's industrial, fixer-uppers, handymen, stuff like that. A lot of the cars flying past me have some type of markings on it. You would think you'd focus a little bit better. That Nissan, a little fast. But for the most part, sometimes I'll be out here in my POV and I see the most excessive speeds. I'll have the paint. Oh, here we go. We got a winner behind me. Look at the red car. She's driving that. Now we're going to switch back to the front. Tailgating, no seatbelt, heavy damage on the right, passing on the right. Probably going to tailgate that motorcycle. That's the driver that we look for. I say we as law enforcement. Those are the ones they are looking for, the ones that stick out. If you're going to come out here and not play nice with everybody else, well, they're going to put you in timeout. And look, don't get all bummed. I use some terminology to kind of downplay the situation. When I say put in timeout, I'm not saying we're going to go put you in the corner with put your nose there like I had to do as a kid. Timeout is exactly what I mean, is right there on the shoulder. You're going to have to sit there for a second while you get your ticket. And you can't blame anybody else. I'm cruising out here with thousands of cars. 99.9% of them are driving respectfully at or just below or above the speed limit. And that's okay. The flow of traffic does exist. That is a real terminology. But when you're going to choose to, you heard what I said, you're going to choose to put yourself out there and say, hey, I'm going to shark in and out of traffic. I'm going to cut you off. I'm going to tailgate. Well, then you're going to get pulled over and it's on you. But those are the drivers who are ruining the express lanes. So many people message me, why are they sitting out there? They being the troopers over at Maitland or in the Altamont area. Why are they sitting out here? Well, because there are people messing up and got to pay attention. So they're going to come out and be the referee. Road rangers out here doing work. Always appreciate those men and women. So if you're just joining us, we're westbound, I-4 in the express lane. Today's topic is express. And man, you can even see the cars on the main lines doing way faster than what we're doing. I'm cruising at a cruise-controlled 63 miles an hour in the 60 zone out here, right travel lane, which no one's going to bat an eye at this kind of speed, but I didn't want to do it exactly at results one. Gets people to slow down a little bit until they investigate it. But we're talking about all things express. Who's allowed out here? Are motorcycles allowed out here? Yes, that was the main question. Yeah, they're allowed out here, but they got to follow the same rules as everybody else. The biggest thing is there's no trailers. So if you're a vehicle pulling any type of trailer, you're not allowed in the express lanes. Boat, bikes, motorcycle trailer, semi-trailer, none of landscaping, not allowed in the express lanes. That is a big thing. Speed limits are 60 miles an hour, and if you are required to have a toll transponder, there are several different toll transponders that are accepted out here. Big ones, ePass, SunPass, Uni, stuff like that. If you've got it, the Peach Pass, all that, you are allowed. Now, I'm going to exit here at Kirkman Road, because if I don't, we're going to be stuck going all the way to 528, and I don't want to do that. So we'll get turned around here, exit at Kirkman, and head east, back in the express lanes. We just did the entire route westbound. We'll get turned around here. I don't think results one is capable of pulling a U-turn right here. So we'll get turned around. Really appreciate you guys joining me on this Friday. It has been a journey getting results one up and going, but I think we've got it figured out. We had a great week, 4th of July, and now, end this Friday. It is hot. So we're here at Grand National Drive. That's the overpass here at Kirkman and the express exit. They used to have an OPD officer posted here around the clock because of the wrong way drivers, just to be like, oh, pay attention. So, but now all those have stopped because they put the wrong way technology in. So if you do end up going the wrong way in the express lanes, they have these huge signs, flashing lights, saying that you're going wrong way. And coolest thing is, every law enforcement officer receives a notification to their phone that is assigned to that zone. So if there's a trooper or anything like that, then you would get a notification with a picture on your phone and the location. Pretty amazing technology. So we're about to exit. Light's about to turn green. We'll take a left on Grand National. This is City of Orlando down here. So the city jumps a few different times. And this is one of them. Universal Studios is located in the city of Orlando. Pretty cool stuff. I like that jurisdictional stuff. All right, I'm going to pull a U-turn here. No U-turn sign posted, so it's legal. We just got to do it safely. What I like to do, making a U-turn, is kind of give an indicator that I am turning and making a U-turn, so that other traffic doesn't get so close to me. And what I do, I just put my hand out the window, I kind of just point. It's not a formal thing. There's no law that says it. But how many times have you gone to make a U-turn and the person behind you is too close, or the person making a right's not paying attention? All I do, roll the window down, I kind of point a hard left. I don't know if they see it. I don't know if it helps, but it lets me know that I'm doing a little extra in order to avoid a collision. So we're getting back on to the express lanes from the eastbound lanes here of Grand National. That's the Kirkman Express entrance. They push you over towards Grand National. We're gonna get right back up to the same speed limit again. 63 miles an hour, eastbound I-4 in the express, turning signal, move into that left lane here. Cruise for a second because I do have a car behind me in that right travel lane. You can see the red SUV off to the right. Trying to match its speed, but it's catching me a little bit and I don't want to go any faster. So I'm just gonna let them catch up before I move over. Actually, we're taking a little too long, so we're gonna just move over into the right lane, give room to the left, and if they want to pass me at some point, they can move to the left lane. We're now both in the right spot. So, beautiful, beautiful day. You can actually see Sky 6 off into the distance, to the top left of your screen if you're watching right now. Coming up on Conroy in the express lanes, eastbound. This car moving a little quick. Mini driver, left lane, probably about 70, 75. How many people are not going to move over? Why would you move into the left lane if you see the lights ahead? Alright, so Road Ranger just canceled his call and cleared it. So now everyone can resume back normal. But even then, you shouldn't be in the left lane. It makes no sense to me. What's really funny is I'm finding people will approach results 1 and I can see that they're on their phone and they'll put it down as they're passing us. I say us because you're on the ride with me. Yukon, cooking, not too fast, maybe about 5 more than me. This one, and then you can always tell because it's a slow pass. She wants to stare. If you're going to stare at me, at least put a seatbelt on. I don't think most people, if you're not a News 6 watcher, realize that if you see me, there's a good chance I see you. So we're not going to obviously take any enforcement action, but you might be used for an educational session. So don't be that person. So we're almost wrapped up on this live here, but we're eastbound I-4. We're going over OBT right now, Orange Blossom Trail. Have the county jail off to the right of your screen. And we're talking all things express. Motorcycles are allowed, cars are allowed, trucks are allowed. All the rules apply to all vehicles. But if you're pulling a trailer, you are not allowed in the express lanes. Big thing. Big, 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 big thing. So see, that sign up ahead that we're about to pass says 2-axle vehicles only, no trailers. 2-axle vehicles only, no trailers. The rules are there. But you're here to talk to me, so we're just talking about it. So, and when I say excessive speed, if you see how the Acura is approaching, to me that's not excessive. Now, are they above the speed limit? Yeah, they're above the speed limit, but they're not blowing the paint off my car. So to me, that's not a screaming, hey, come get me. But at the same time, if you were to get pulled over, you want to be aware. See, like, she realized I want to exit here. Obviously wasn't paying attention, had to decrease her speed rather quickly to get off at local exits 81 through 88, which is all the way to Lee Road. We're going to clear downtown, go up my favorite ramp here, get a nice shot, and then we'll end this. And then you can join us for News 6 at 9, of course. We have so much planned coming up over the next 2 months. A lot of pop-ups. If you are interested in having me or Results One, we come as a package. So if you don't like me, you don't get the truck. If you like the truck, well, then you get me too. So if you have any requests, reach out to us over at any of our Facebook pages, Facebook, the News 6 page, or my stuff. Reach out to us. We will figure it out. We'll get it on the calendar and how we can incorporate getting our traffic message to your town. Interesting, as we go up here, up the ramp, this is an extremely elevated part of the express lanes because it goes over the entire downtown area, meaning it clears 408, it clears Colonial, it clears Cayley, it definitely clears South Street. And they're just super effective. Traffic in the main line is moving at 5 miles an hour, and I have been on a permissible cruise the entire time. I'm going to move to the left just because we're gaining a little bit on this car. And yeah, so downtown Orlando looking beautiful this morning. Guys, this was a Trooper Steve on patrol talking express lanes. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Why? Can't I just end this live? Take 2. Thank you for riding on this Trooper Steve on patrol, the express lanes. We were sent out here on a motorcycle question to answer it. Yes, motorcycles are allowed, but the same rules apply. So speed limit, no splitting lanes, things like that. Only thing is 2-axle vehicles only. And if you're pulling a trailer, you've got to be on the main line. Guys, this is an amazing ride today. I always appreciate you guys joining us over here at clickorlando.com every weekday that I'm at work at 8:30, plus all your other platforms. Appreciate you guys. Drive safely. Have an amazing weekend. We may have a pop-up tomorrow over in Daytona. Not sure yet. And tune in. Have a great day, guys.